The following is a fan-based discussion. All properties discussed are property of Toei Inc., Bandai, Saban Entertainment, and Subaraya Productions. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Tokucast Top 10 show.
Top 10.
Yep.
Long requested one, we're finally doing it. Sorry it took us so long to get to it, but we're all busy. And we only upload 2 videos a week because we're busy. But anyway, here it is, Top 10 Kamen Rider movies.
Top 10 Kamen Rider movies.
And we are combining both standalones and team-ups as well into the same list.
Yes.
And we'll probably do the same thing for Sentai when we get there.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we have any honorable mentions?
I do not.
Nope. Okay, number 10.
Didn't you have something you wanted to plug first?
Oh, right. Duh.
You're doing great.
No, I'm not. I'm
Hey.
really not.
No, you're...
Wait a minute. Alright. So, for the first episode of our other Patreon show, fan reviews, we're going to do it on YouTube first like we did with Tokucast. So we're going to announce the show. We're going to have you guys review or share your thoughts on in this. Please put your comments in this video, and we'll keep an eye out and only this video because this is the video we're going to be looking at.
Maybe we'll put something on Facebook too.
Yeah, and I'll probably put something on Twitter.
Yeah.
But we want to hear.
Show.
Yeah, we want to hear your guys' thoughts on Go Busters.
Tokume
Yes.
Sentai Go Busters.
Yes.
I never knew how to pronounce that. Tokume?
Tokume.
May, okay. Tokume Sentai Go Busters.
Because it's amazing.
Sorta!
Well, that's why we want to hear your opinions on
Yeah.
it.
So let us know what you think of Go Busters in the comments. Message us on Facebook. Message me on Twitter. Whatever you gotta do. And we will compile them. And we'll also reach out to our sponsors to see if they want to record a video or something.
Mm-hmm.
But
If you want to record a video, you should become one of our sponsors. I'm just saying you don't have to anything, but you know.
That was real subtle.
I'm the master of subtlety.
No, you're not.
Damn it.
You are not.
You are not supposed to get past my subtlety.
he's subtle. It's about as subtle as kicking the door in. Let's move on.
It's true.
Number 10 in
I've
our
done it
list.
before.
But, yes, please leave
He's
your
done
thoughts
it to my
on
door
Go Busters in the comments below. I look forward to reading them. Now we get on to the top 10, and number 10, we have Shin Kamen Rider Prologue.
The reason that we end up putting this one so low is because of the fact that, yes, it was good, but two, it was the start of something that never happened.
It was the start of something that never happened, but it's still a good start. It's still, as a movie by itself, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
The idea of doing a Kamen Rider as a body horror transformation into a monster movie, I like a lot.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
It's alright.
It's not great, it's good.
I enjoyed a lot of the things in this, especially coming off of... We did ZX with this movie.
Or Zekros, if you're...
ZX because we're fucking American.
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, I just coming off of that and watching something that was better. So that made it just that much better for me. And then we got to watch Zio and Jay and do Atmospheric Rider Kick of Doom.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on.
Moving on, we have number 9, Kamen Rider Cross Kamen Rider W and Decade Movie War 2010.
You want to try that? What?
That's the name of the movie.
That's a very long title.
That is one thing
A lot
I've
of them
known.
have
Yeah.
very long titles. This is the W Decade team-up movie.
Which my only complaint was that to this day I still don't know how they ended up in the same universe.
Who cares?
Magic line.
Something,
Because of
something,
Decade.
something Decade.
Because of Decade.
Something, Honore Decado, something Decade.
But it ends up serving as sort of more or
It's
less
the end of Decade.
The true end of Decade,
The
yeah.
prequel to W, which is really good, with Skull and the origins of how Shotaro and Philip met for the first time and how Philip got his name.
So yeah.
Good stuff. The actual team-up part is just, hey, let's team up and fight a big CGI monster. It's not that great, but...
Which is the biggest problem in a lot of the things prior to the
But the
Drive
two
Ghost.
stories that lead up to it are very, very good.
Yeah.
Which is something you don't get a lot with the Kamen Rider team-up movies, because usually one's better than the other.
Mm.
Or they're just two separated. Looking at you, Wizard Guy movie. But yeah, that's ended up being a big thing. When it ends up coming to a lot of the earlier Kamen Rider team-up movies prior to Drive Ghost, they're just two separate stories that end up coming together at the end. And I don't like the way that storytelling works.
Yeah.
Number 8.
Didn't bother me that much. But number 8, we have Kamen Rider Drive Surprise Future.
One, I love the little prequel things they put at the end of the episodes leading up to the movie's actual release.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Those are really great. Just, seeing his son die, and then that whole thing ends up happening, and then going back into the past, and the evil boy mood taking over, and then that car, the Mercedes car that they used, that was the black,
pretty damn sweet car.
Oh God, I love that car. That car was so good, and then getting to see the messed up the messed up version of Drive that was really really bulky, and the other the future Drive, Dark Drive. Just seeing those fights end up happening and Chase splitting that goddamn crane in half. That movie was great.
We also just love Chase.
Yeah. That movie was just really good. I mean, yeah, it ends up having some issues where, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey thing, but I still like this movie.
Hashtag Tokucast plug.
But yeah, it's still a good movie though. Number 7.
Number 7, Kamen Rider Cross Kamen Rider Forza and O's Movie War Megamax.
We are going to get some hate for this. I'm so hyped.
Why?
Because it's low. That's the reason.
7's still a good spot.
Yeah.
It still made the list.
But
it's a good movie.
It's a very good movie. You get a decent villain with Kamen Rider Poseidon.
Kamen Rider Poseidon is pretty cool.
You get the introduction of Super Tatoba, which is both cool and not cool at the same time because
What's his final form?
That.
What is it?
It's this. It's Super
You're
Tatoba.
a liar. According to the show, it's Putotira.
In show proper, yes, it's Putotira.
And then at the same time, we still don't know because apparently everything is on the same par with each other. Oh, this is a very confusing show.
Not to mention with the Wizard Gaim thing, the end of Wizard, where everybody gets their final form, he goes Super Tatoba instead of Putotira. When everybody gets their final form.
Yeah.
But the show doesn't know.
I still think
maybe it was I don't know, cheaper to get that.
I still love how the change to the Tatoba song, just how ridiculous it is from the Super Tata to Super Tata.
Super Taka, Super Tata, Super Tata.
It was like Super Tatoba.
Yeah, it's just
like Jesus. How much money did he get? And how much caffeine did it take?
Less than the amount that the guy who does the Go Kaiser keys.
They might have just sped it up. Who knows?
Yeah. Next.
Yeah, still a good movie though.
Yeah.
We didn't actually talk about the movie that much, but
the ending.
Yeah.
The ending fight where he goes rocket states.
Yeah, the rocket states.
And getting to see all the
which sadly he never used again.
Yeah, he does. He uses it in the show.
Did he?
Yeah.
I don't remember him ever using it again.
He used it in the show after the movie came out. And then
I really don't remember, but okay.
And then all the previous writers, them turning into switches and medals. I mean, the great 7 of the show writers and everything in those fights were all good. I like that. Still a good movie. But once again, it ends up running into my issue of these are 2 separate stories that just come together.
But they're still good stories.
Yeah.
And when they came together, it was still awesome.
Yep.
Was this the movie with Nadeshka?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I didn't like her.
I didn't mind it that much.
Yeah, she was okay.
Coming number 6, we have O's Den-O All Riders Let's Go Kamen Riders, which is the 40th anniversary.
Happy anniversary!
Yay!
It was a decent one.
This movie is a lot of fun.
Still don't understand why Den-O had to be in it.
Because it involved time travel.
Fair enough.
You know what I don't understand? Decade's in this movie, but he's not in this movie. I will never understand that. Whenever Decade shows up, he should just take over. Like Zero. Whenever he shows up in alternate movie.
That's actually a really good comparison. That is a really good comparison.
Well, the problem is you're also dealing with Den-O, who does the same thing. When Den-O shows up, it's his movie now. So it's just a conflicting thing of...
Den-O's name is on the title, that's probably why.
Yeah.
And because...
Yeah, but just usually whenever Decade shows up, he immediately takes over the show.
Look at you, Kamen Rider Wizard. You may have summoned me from a ring, but I'm actually
here.
Deal with it.
It's like whoever else was summoned alongside me disappeared, but Decade's just like, nah.
But the Let's Go Kamen Riders movie, it has a pretty good story. It's a ton of fun. Lots of great characters coming together to fight a big bad guy, like a lot of these movies are.
And who's that big bad guy?
Shocker.
Yeah, I know. It's Shocker.
Why wouldn't it be?
Die, Shocker.
It's the 40th anniversary. Gotta remember
Shocker.
your roots.
Yeah, I just really hope that... Because I think in the Heisei Final movie, the bad guy is... Maybe, I don't know. I think it's Foundation X.
Oh.
They finally brought them back.
Oh, wow.
I guess it's not Tube or Shocker.
It's going to be Shocker, too.
And or Mess.
Mess.
As long as I get one Shocker minion going, hey, I'll think I'll be okay with it.
Yeah, that's still a good movie. Next.
Number 5, Kamen Rider Fi's Paradise Lost.
Who you did it for the pun.
Also, it's a good movie.
Oh my god. It's like the lead up to some of these parts, and especially Takami's hair, is sort of a mess. But
we get a first English-speaking Kamen Rider.
Yes. And Saiga suit is amazing. Orga suit is amazing.
It could have worked, America. It could have worked.
And the fight scenes.
The fight scenes in this movie are some of the best.
Are glorious. That fight between Saiga and Faiz when the two sabers just end up clashing together, still fucking amazing. That fight with Faiz Blaster versus Orga where he tears down basically the entire structure, still fucking amazing. That's what makes this movie just stand out.
I think this movie is better than the show.
It is.
It is.
Much better than
it's
the
just
actual
like
show.
those fight scenes make this movie stand out just that much more. I love this movie because of those. Like, I don't really care so much about the rest of it. I do like it when Kayaksa died.
I did too. Because Galaxy sucks.
Too bad Delta wasn't in it.
Yeah.
Kayaksa always dies.
Good for him. He deserves
it.
Yeah.
And then he can go be Amebius for one episode. Remember how great he was in that one episode as the leader?
Yeah, that's right. I keep forgetting he was in that.
He was great. And then he became a bird.
Number next.
Oh, like you do.
Zuo Bird.
Zuo Zavado. Kamen Rider Heisei Generations, Dr. Pac-Man vs. X-Aiden Ghost with Legend Riders.
This movie did a very, very good job.
Say that 5 times fast.
No.
Of bringing everything together. The only thing that I really wish they could have done, but they brought him back for the next AC movie, is actually bring Kota, Gaim's actor, back. But I love seeing Shinosuke. He was in there pretty early on. We got to see Haruto again, which is something I really didn't expect. And I love seeing him in this movie. Anytime Haruto is fighting, greatness. And I like seeing him be his, casual, snarky self, but without the trouble that was Wizard, holding him down.
Yeah.
And I just love, what they did.
He played some soccer.
Yeah. I love what they did.
That's all he's been doing these past 2 years, just playing soccer, getting it all out of his system.
There was a lot more out-of-suit fighting in this one. I like that. It's good to see... I'm not going to say good to see the Ghost cast, because that involves, seeing Onari again. But...
Would you say that one of the reasons why we enjoyed this movie so much is because we went in with low expectations because Ghost and the villain is Pac-Man?
No, I think I sort of went in with low expectations simply because of Ghost. I was fine with Pac-Man being the villain. That makes sense for the world that X8, inhabits.
Fair enough.
But it turned out to be a lot better than I expected to be. The girl who, is the out-of-suit fighter for the sword, who's like the sword fighter in that show, went on to be in Geed, and she's a sword fighter in that show and actually a good guy.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I just like seeing her fight. She's badass. So...
Always good.
I enjoy this movie quite a bit. It's just like, I enjoyed it just so much more because I didn't hate the Ghost cast in this one. They got rid of a lot of Onari. So as soon as you do that, I'm just like, that makes your show that much better. Now if only they had a better main writer.
Number 3, Kamen Rider W Forever, A to Z, The Gaia Memories of Fate.
This movie is amazing.
Yeah.
It's very, very good.
So good. It's a great, Eternal.
Eternal's great. He got his own movie, which was also okay.
Yeah, I'm about to say, it was like, that wasn't great.
It was okay. Not as good as this.
For a spin-off character, it was, you expect a lot worse.
And I love just seeing this, the whole fight scene, Philip being taken, them trying to get him back, showing up for the first time, and fighting the guy from the Rurouni Kenshin movie.
Descriptive.
The guy who plays the Luna one.
Yeah, the guy who takes the Luna memory and becomes a monster. He's in the first Rurouni Kenshin movie as the vegetarian guy who fights with his fist.
Okay.
I like that.
That was a great scene. We are going to review the fuck out of that movie on the Patreon.
Yeah, it's going to be great. But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. Seeing everybody fight. The guy who plays the gun, the trigger dopant is, Kyoryu Gray or Vulcan Silver. So,
or as I called him during Kyoryu, Balkan Gray.
Balkan Silver.
I called him Balkan Silver. But then he wasn't bald and ruined it, because he's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, I really...
excuse you.
I really enjoyed this
Why would you ruin my joke?
It had so much going for it, and I think that's the thing that just made it stand out just that much more. W was a really good series. This movie, not to mention actually being...
Excluding Akiko.
Yeah. This movie being in canon.
True.
So that ends up making it that much better, too.
Yep.
Number 2, Kamen
Rider W Returns, Kamen Rider Axel.
This is the most non-Kamen Rider stereotypical movie in Kamen Rider history, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
A lot of detective work, a lot of out-of-suit fighting.
A lot of pistol whipping in the face, which Marcus enjoyed the hell out of.
This movie is so good. That whole scene at the club was just amazing.
A lot of Hurricane Blue.
Yeah. Now Nagasawa, whenever she uses anything, she, just bumps off almost immediately, at least up one.
The only problem I have with this movie is the romance between Axel and Akiko because it's the worst part of the show.
It really is. Fight us in the comments.
They're married now.
Fight us in the comments.
Fight us.
Do it.
We will cut you.
But yeah, I love this movie. This movie is so good.
The only other disappointing thing is kind of not a great climax with the new form he gets.
With Booster?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just Geki yellow.
A lot of CG.
But it's alright.
A lot of wire work too.
But there's a lot of great out-of-suit work as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think we should also mention the actor who played the villain. Sadly, he passed away in 2011.
Oh, yeah.
May he rest in peace,
Yeah,
sir.
he was one of the best parts of Ultraman movies.
That's true, he was.
Number 1.
Number 1, Kamen Rider Forze, Space is Here.
Look at all the surprise that's happening in the comments right now. That's so good, it feeds me.
He feeds on the surprise of others and the misery of others.
Yes.
Yep. This movie is great.
This movie is absolutely fantastic.
It's just action. And that just makes this movie...
And it's
It is-
good
it's
action.
It's good action. It's got a pretty good story. The new characters are good.
And fusion.
It's got cool villains. Fusion states is friggin' awesome.
Yeah. Oh, God. Seeing that fight, just take place on
the moon.
Yep.
God, it's so good.
He's in space, right where he belongs.
Oh, my God. It's like... And then Wizard... The
Oh,
first
yeah.
time that we end up getting
Where he
to see
actually
him.
has a fucking personality.
He's so cool.
He's like, Kamen Rider. I like that. I'm now Kamen Rider Wizard. You can't just do that.
Apparently you
You
can,
can.
because he did.
And then, Ayumi Kinoshita, a.k.a. Jasmine from Deca Ranger, is also the villain in this movie. And then seeing her fight, and then Wizard coming in, and then fighting all the Zodiacs by himself.
But let's also
Being
remember. Oh, come on.
that bus scene where they're just, going down the thing, and the, something black, I can't remember her name. She's in this movie. She's over there just fighting in the bus, and you got Ryusei hanging off the back of the bus and everything, and the bus just going all around. Explosions are happening around it. It's such a badass movie.
It's great.
And then that whole scene with the fight on the moon. It's so good.
One of the best.
Oh my God.
Marcus is dying.
It's
He's
such
having,
a good movie.
I think he's having an orgasm.
It's
Or
such a good movie. And it's coming off of a show that don't really like that much.
I like it.
Like I said, good parts, but this movie is the best part. And that makes it just that much greater. You know what we forgot to put on this list?
What's that?
It was going to be low, but we definitely did forget to
That's
put
an
on this
honorable
list.
mention then.
The Wizard movie.
The Wizard movie was okay.
I like that.
Also, the W half of the WO's movie.
No.
Skull is...
No.
You don't like Skull.
That movie is frigging horrible.
I'm just talking about...
I don't care. One scene is not enough to redeem it.
One scene.
I'm talking about the whole Skull thing is good.
God, I didn't care.
Skull is great.
I
Skull is
didn't care.
great. He can go to hell.
That's a great part of that movie. But yeah, those two are definite number zeros. Or honorable mentions. But yeah, the Forze movie is so damn good. I just wasn't prepared for it. And I think that's the thing that just makes it stand out.
Yeah, we kind of were like, oh, it's a Forza movie. And then, oh my god!
This is the greatest!
It's actually amazing.
It's like, oh my God, so many fight scenes. Oh, it's such a... I cannot wait till we get to review it. It's such a great movie. I just want to watch it again. I'm going to do it
I think
today.
we should probably stop now before Marcus has to change his second pair of pants.
I might watch that movie today just based on pure principle.
No, I might too. Who knows?
That movie was really...
We'll see.
Well, let us know what your favorite movie is in the comments. As always, like, subscribe, go follow our Patreon if you can.
Subscribe to our sister channel, Nerd in Denial.
We're working on it. We have our first video up now. Please go watch our review of 7 Deadly Sins. We are working, should be coming up very soon. Our second episode, by the time this is out, we'll probably have this out by then. Our second episode of the review of Justice League movie.
Woo!
So it's going to be nice and fun. But we will see you guys next time.
And by the time that this comes out, you know whose birthday it'll be?
Who's?
Ayumi Kinoshida's. Happy
Oh, really?
35th birthday by the time
Happy
this
birthday,
comes out.
ma'am.
And also let us know what about your review or thoughts on Go Busters so we can do that. But as always, we'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.